What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. My name is the Vinegar, and we are back playing more of Strawberry Vinegar, which I started this afternoon, but didn't manage to finish because I had to go see my grandmother. 7:30 a.m. Yes, I'm waking up 7:30. So I don't even know if we're making it to Ni no Kuni, but we'll see. Anyway, at least this game we can beat today, hopefully. Yeah, man. Hey, that just means I have photography work again, so I'm happy about it. I'm actually going to do Mexican sugar skulls 4. So pretty happy about it, actually. But because it's 4 and not 3, I have to go help paint one. That's going to go great. Yeah, have to be in Lady at 9. Actually, yeah, it's 9. Yeah, how are you, Metal? So I was following a guide for this, because I like following guides for visual novels and point-and-click games. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Got some sleep, got some good food. Grandma's cooking always lasts for at least 3 days, I guess. Whatever, let's go to the festival. Oh, we have cute, these are not really yukatas, are they? Yay, a festival! We're going to a real festival! Lizzie spins about a few times on the spot, the sleeves of her yukata flutter in the wind, and she giggles. I thought Lizzie's blonde hair might look kinda weird when contrasted with a traditionally Japanese item of clothing, but it suits her surprisingly well, even if it has been folded the wrong way around. Uh-oh. I told her only dead people wore their yukatas like that, but she just smiled and said since she came from hell, didn't that make sense? I dropped the subject after that, arguing with Licia is tiring. Dad picked out some nice colors and they suit the creaminess of her complexion. I might doubt Dad's skills on most scores, but I shouldn't doubt his fashion sense. He's eerily perceptive when it comes to clothes. Might be a little embarrassing to admit, but Licia looks kinda cute. My sweet angels, they're both so adorable. I think I have something in my eye. Dear, you're crying. Damn. So, I said this game isn't lewd, but the mom? I am? That's right. That's right. Would you like a handkerchief? Thank you, Yuki. It's been so long since I went out with Ri like this. And to a festival, too. I'm getting all emotional. There. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you. Thank you, Yuki. She doesn't look like she's going to a Japanese festival at all. Mom, incidentally, isn't wearing a yukata. Though her parents are really traditional, Mom's always preferred Western clothes. Maybe that's the reason why. She went through a rebellious period as a teenager, where she refused to wear anything other than pants or pencil skirts, and she still hasn't grown out of it. She eats natto all the time, though. She can't get enough of it. My mom is full of contradictions. But yeah, I guess I should have given a little bit of a catch-up. Basically, this demon from hell showed up on the door of this 9-year-old kid I'm playing as, and told her that she had to feed her sweet foods and yummy foods for a week, or she would reap her soul. So now she's living with her and her family. And we have to feed her yummy stuff. Basically, that's it. It's cute. It's cute and it's in that niche of games and I guess manga where you're supposed to be like, "Oh, the food they're showing is so amazing." The four of us climbed a series of stone steps that lead up to the temple. Lanterns are strung up through the trees and they blink at us shyly. No auto. In less than 5 minutes we make it to the temple grounds. I'm so happy we came here. Are you happy, Ree? Well... So I'd be the girl on the right. Not the one with horns. Not the demon from hell. I glance about the festival grounds. Our temple is fairly small and, as Dad said, it's pretty old. The roof is filled with holes and the woodwork is slowly being gnawed away by termites. Thankfully it's dark now, so it's hard to see what a dilapidated state the temple is in. Music might be a little loud. Not even the paper lanterns strung up in the trees and around the tops of the stalls are able to illuminate this sad fact. If you'd never seen the sorry state of the temple under the morning sun, like I have, you'd probably be tricked into believing that this place is nice. Well, I guess I don't have anything against this temple. Spending money at this festival might be a nice thing to do. A small act of philanthropy, you could call it. It's busy, like I thought it would be, but I can't see any familiar faces. I don't doubt some of my fellow classmates are in here somewhere, but the grounds are so packed out it's hard to pick apart individual faces in the throng. I don't like crowded places, but I'm glad for that right now. If I can't see my classmates, they can't see me. What better place to hide a tree than in a forest? The smell of cooking food drifts through the air. Noodles and takoyaki and grilled sweet corn. Though I already ate, it's making me feel kinda hungry. Ah, all this excitement is making me feel hungry. I wanna eat something right now. Don't you have any self-control? Not at all. And besides... Alicia pokes my stomach. It growls in response, like a baited bear, and I blush, batting her hands away. Judging by the sounds of it, neither do you. I'm not hungry. That was just self-defense. Defense? Yes, because you poked me. That isn't fair. You biased the results. It was an outlier. You can try to deny it all you want, but I can tell you how you really feel. If you're hungry, you should come and eat something with me. That's right, it's not healthy to deny your body what it wants, Ree. If you're too hard on yourself, you'll never truly be able to cut loose and have fun. Don't you agree, dear? That's right. You are plenty responsible as it is, Ree. You should let yourself act like the child you really are for once. Seeing you happy makes me happy, too. But the food at these stalls is overpriced. Maybe so, but your smile is priceless. Then will you let me buy whatever I want? Of course. Here you go, dear. Dad hands me a few notes and I pocket them. Notes? Bills? Thanks, Dad. I already have savings of my own, but I'm hardly going to turn down free cash. I think Dad's given me quite a bit, too. How much does he think I'm going to eat, anyway? Well, given Lacey's monstrous appetite, must be at rank EX at least. It might be an adequate amount of money, after all. You're such a doormat, dear. What do you mean? You're always handing out favors. You're so kind-hearted, that's why everybody walks over you. But you like being stepped on, don't you? But please, don't say things like that in front of Ri, Yuki. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't mind getting stepped on by her. So embarrassing for me, too. I don't want to hear my parents flirting, especially given their flirting is so weird. Is it any wonder I've grown up the way I have when my parents are so dysfunctional? At least they would be dysfunctional if they didn't seem to love each other so much. Okay then, if you really want me to go off and enjoy myself, I guess I have no complaints. Lacey and I will meet you at the gates after the fireworks, alright? It's fine with me. Have fun, dear. Your father and I will be sure to enjoy ourselves to the fullest, too. Hehe. With an eerie little giggle, Mom links her arm with Dad's. Now run along and don't spend your father's money at once. He doesn't have much of it, you know. That was a low blow, Yuki. Don't worry. I'll try not to bankrupt Dad. Well, I can do my best, but Lisa doesn't seem to care about the finer points of human financing. She's already started to drool. Yay! Food! Lisa and I walk away. We get lost within the crowds almost instantly. It takes me a few moments before I realize Lisa's arm is linked with mine. Oh, are these the famous takoyakis I've heard so much about? That's right, eat as much as you like. Don't mind if I do. Hey, be careful, those are still... Ow! What? I was going to say. 3-second rule? There's no 3-second rule. Food gets swarmed with bacteria the moment it hits the ground. Especially in a busy place like this. I don't know why you'd want... Huh? Does that mean I can't eat it after all? I don't know why you'd want to. It would make you sick, and it would be... and it'll be stone cold by now. But it looks so sad like that. I feel so guilty. It wanted me to eat it, but I betrayed its pure and honest feelings. I'm the worst. If you care so much about that takoyaki's feelings, why were you planning to eat even more of them? I think that's even worse. You're right, I was being too sentimental, but now I've finally seen the light. I can't become too attached to any one piece of takoyaki, or the others will get jealous. I should share my love evenly. Thank you for the food! And with this, she pops the second piece of takoyaki into her mouth. This time, she's prepared for how odd it is, and she doesn't spit it out in surprise. Instead, she chews on it, a smile slowly blossoming across her face, and then she swallows. Is it good? It's delicious. You should try some, Marie. Alright. That's a yummy looking takoyaki for sure. I take one of the sticks of takoyaki and turn it over in my hand. The takoyaki speared on the stick are all fairly uniform, spherical shapes smaller than a clenched fist but bigger than a marble. Their skins are light brown and they're coated in takoyaki sauce, mayonnaise, spring onions, and dried bonito flakes. The savory smell of the takoyaki drifts through the air. It's comforting, and my stomach starts to rumble again. Embarrassed over my weakness, I bring a piece of takoyaki to my mouth and slip it off the wooden pick. The outside shell of the takoyaki is light and crispy, and a generous amount of mayonnaise and takoyaki sauce alleviates the dryness of the texture. It's warm, but not overwhelmingly so, and fills my mouth with an array of flavors. It's good, but there's one problem. The heart of the takoyaki, the most important bit, is barren and empty. It isn't chewy at all. What? There isn't any octopus inside my takoyaki. Eh? What do you mean? It's all inside. The vendor didn't put octopus in all the takoyaki. It was probably to save money. Octopus is pretty expensive. No way! That's so mean. Well, don't worry, Ray. As Licia Dia Ivlis, daughter of the great Ivlis family, I swear on my good name that I will punish that conniving takoyaki vendor for shaming you so. Wait a minute. What? What do you mean? He will rue the day that he decided to trick us. Murder and arson are in a category of their own. But when a mere human thinks they can meddle around with food for a bit of money, that's truly unforgivable. One of the few Japanese dishes I've eaten. Takoyaki is very good. You don't go to like sushi restaurants that have more shit? Or do you not like sushi? I'm not a fan of octopus, but I like takoyaki. But I wouldn't mind the takoyaki without the octopus. Licia, wait! Come back! Most of the sushi restaurants around my city are owned by Chinese. So, yeah. Sushi and Chinese food. Yeah, not a real sushi place. I get it. You love sushi though, okay. Dude, I miss sushi so much. I really miss it. I haven't been in so long. It's the only Japanese dish they serve. Yeah. I know there's some of those here too. But there's like actual sushi places too. I haven't been in a year. I went once last year, I think. Yeah, I had a photo shoot and then the model said, "Hey, let's go get sushi," because she knows I love it. And I was just like, "Yes, let's go." And we were eating sushi. And then my grandmother calls me and he's like, "Huh? So are you late for dinner?" It was the day that I was going to eat dinner with my grandmother and I forgot. Just because the sushi was mentioned. It happens. I went the next day. I told her the truth. Like, it happens. I've eaten ramen and, I'm gonna butcher the name, okonomiyaki. I never had okonomiyaki. To be honest, I don't think I've had real ramen. Like, classic ramen. There's great ramen places in Lisbon, but I never went. I reached forwards, grabbing a hold of her hand, just in time. If I hadn't, who knows what she might have done. She looks scary. I don't think I've ever seen Licia so obviously enraged before. Even her eyes are glowing. Does she really care about food that much? What is it, Ree? Don't you want me to teach that bad man a lesson? Talking about food has made me hungry. Yeah, you were saying this game looks lewd. This game is all about the food, man. I've gotten, where's my throw 7 screenshot? Oh, here it is. Food porn lewdness. It's not lewd, not lewd. Tempura, shrimp, apple rose tarts, natto. I never had natto. I've seen it, but I've never had it. I've seen it in movies. I know what it is. So I'm thinking we get different food in each route. What is it, Ree? Don't you want me to teach that bad man a lesson? I don't really mind, to be honest. I just don't want to cause a fuss. Besides, the piece of takoyaki you had was fine, wasn't it? Tempura shrimp, Portuguese influence in Japanese cuisine. Yep, and my grandmother loves tempura shrimp. Actually. Well, that's true, but it isn't fair. Doesn't it upset you, Ree? That you had some octopus and I didn't? That's right, since you were nice to me and let me come to the festival, it wouldn't be fair if you didn't get to eat any delicious octopus. I feel bad for you. That takoyaki vendor went too far, tampering with my precious Ree's food. So I'm her precious Ree now? When did that happen? Well, I appreciate the thought, but I don't care that much. I don't even like festivals. I came here for your sake, so it's more important that you enjoy it. Does that mean you're not enjoying yourself, Ree? I wouldn't say that. I'm having a good time, really. That isn't even a lie. Told to placate Licia's wrath. I am enjoying myself. More than I expected, too. Being with Licia is exciting and, dare I say it, fun? I've only known her a short while, but she's really grown on me. Kind of like a mushroom, but with more blonde hair. I just don't want you to make a fuss over me. I'm fine, so long as you're having fun. Well, of course I'm having fun. Because of the food? No, silly, because you just said that you were. Licia. Anyway, if your piece of takoyaki doesn't have any octopus in it, there's only one solution. And what's that? Licia smiles eerily in a manner that reminds me a little of my mother, and spears another now cool piece of takoyaki from the container resting in my lap. You'll have to eat all of this takoyaki until you find one with a bit of octopus in it. And if there isn't any octopus in any of them, then that vendor's corruption really does run deep. Still, he will not defeat us. I have a backup plan. Really? Yep, we could just share the piece of takoyaki that I just ate. How can we share something you've already eaten? I'm not a bird, and I'm not a big fan of regurgitated food. It's simple. I can still taste that piece of takoyaki just a little, and I don't mind sharing that with you. Oh no, it is lewd. Now I see what she means. If my face was red before, it must be like a beet by now. No, thank you. I'll pass. I'm just fine. I take it back. It is lewd. Delicious. The takoyaki was really delicious. It would have been better if the vendor hadn't ripped us off, though. If they're octopus balls, you should put a bit of octopus into all of them. I could use some takoyaki right now. Me too. Me too. That's how the world works, I'm afraid. Capitalism is a sad thing. Brings out the worst in all of us, but it's necessary for our survival. Wow. Hey, Cyan, how are you? I don't really get it. It's fine. I didn't think you would. I forget that not all of us have read the Capitalist Manifesto by Adler and Kelso, 1958. What? Anyway, I'm still hungry. Is this game trying to have some communist agenda hidden, spliced in? Anyway, I'm still hungry. Still, after all, you ate all that takoyaki? That's right, the takoyaki was good, but I want to eat something sweet now. You had something sweet to eat before you came here. But that was like 3 hours ago. I'm hungry and I want to try more of the food at the festival. Can we, Ree? Please, please, please? I wonder. Huh? Okay, it's time to save again. Actually, I'm not very hungry. Actually, Lacey, I'm not really in the mood to eat. You're not? No. I don't want to ruin Lacey's fun, but my head is starting to hurt. Do people have to be so noisy? Would it kill them to show a little bit of consideration? It's true that there aren't as many people around here as there were near the entrance, but it's still a pain. I scan through the crowds, my eyes narrowed. A woman stands off to one corner shouting at somebody through her cell phone. By the sounds of it, she was supposed to be meeting a friend, but they didn't show up. Just watching her, it's not hard to guess why. A few paces away, a young girl and boy are arguing over a stuffed bear won from one of the stalls. Their parents try to prise them apart to no avail. Meanwhile, an old man with a white beard grumbles about the state of young people nowadays and spits a few kernels of roast corn on the floor. A group of high school girls, all tanned, complete with striking makeup and long fingernails, clustered together, cackling like witches. I think they're talking about boys. I distinctly hear the name Yamada, that attractive actor Mom works with. Well, I don't think he's that attractive. I don't get it. Aren't there better things to talk about in this world than men? Annoying. All these people are really annoying. I press one hand against my head. My vision blurs. The lights strung up around the stalls merge together. To be honest, I feel kinda sick. Oh no, you don't think it was the takoyaki, do you? I'm sure takoyaki was fine, even though the vendor did rip us off. I just need to rest for a while. Oh, I see. I'm sorry, Ree. Why are you apologizing? Maybe this is my fault. You didn't want to go to the festival, but I kept begging and begging. If I hadn't asked so much, then we wouldn't have come, and you wouldn't feel sick right now. It's fine. You don't need to worry about me. But if I didn't want to come, I wouldn't have come. It has nothing to do with you. But you said you didn't like festivals. I'm not overly keen, but... I pause, pressing my index fingers together. I can feel my face flushing. I'm glad it's dark here, so Alicia can't see. I thought it might be a little interesting going to a festival with a girl my own age, that's all. Anyway, I don't hate it here, so you shouldn't feel bad. I just have a bit of a headache. If your head hurts, maybe I could get you something to drink. You just wait here. I'll be back soon. Hey, Alicia. I call out after her, but it's too late. She's already gone, vanished into the crowds as though she was never here at all. I can't see even a splash of her distinctive blonde hair. This is just great. What am I going to do now? What if she gets lost? I groan, slumping down on a nearby bench, and press my hand to my forehead. Why is Alicia so difficult? I wait for almost 10 minutes, but Alicia doesn't come back. The festival continues around me in a whirl of bright, gaudy colors and flickering lantern lights. But I don't see much as a glimpse of Alicia, not her bright red eyes or her striking blonde hair. I stare down at my lap, my fingers linked together. I don't know what I should do with my hands. I don't know what I should do with myself. I'm surrounded by people, but I still feel lonely. What will I do if Alicia doesn't come back? What if she can't? Maybe somebody's kidnapped her. She's not very smart, so she probably wouldn't need to be kidnapped. She'd go along with a complete stranger willingly if they told her they had some candy. Where could she be? What is she doing? Is she alright? Why does that girl have to cause so much trouble? And why do I care so much? Alicia. I glance about the crowd, searching for any telltale strands of bright blonde hair when... I see something out of the corner of my eyes. A sliver of pale skin, a few loose strands of blonde hair fluttering in the breeze. Could that be Licia? I'm not sure. The apparition vanishes as soon as I see it. What should I do? Follow the blonde hair of destiny. I get my feet and start pushing my way through the crowds. I'm not entirely sure what direction the girl went in, but I can at least guess. There's no guarantee that this is Licia, but how many other girls in Japan have hair like that? It's hardly a common color. Well, yours is pink. This might be reckless, but what of it? Licia must have rubbed off on me. It's because she's loud. It's because she's annoying. But most of all, it's because she's strangely, inexplicably likable. That's why I have to go and search for her, though I hate crowds more than anything. Excuse me. I try to slip my way through the sea of people with small, shuffling steps. It's hard work. I get knocked about, jostled by stray elbows and bony shoulders, and it hurts. Just where did that girl go? I'm going to lose sight of her like this. Maybe this was a bad idea after all. No, if this is for Alicia, then I have to keep going. She'd do the same for me, I'm sure. I breathe in deeply, trying to gather my nerves, and then push through the crowds with a renewed strength. Eh. I stand there, disoriented and dazed, underneath the flickering festival lights. I've weathered the worst of the crowds, and they're significantly thinner here. I turn my head, looking this way and that way, the small strawberry charms in my hair clinking. Where could they be? I can see it, though only faintly, that familiar blonde hair. Clench my hands into fists at my sides and set off determined. My feet carry me away from the festival grounds, past the temple, down the stone steps, and around the corner. I find myself by the riverside within minutes. Away from the lights of the festival, I'm able to see just how big and bright the moon is and just how numerous the stars. They twinkle in the sky, strangely sad, somewhat melancholy. It's colder here, away from all the people, and I shiver, wrapping my arms around my middle. My yukata felt hot and stuffy before, but now the material feels thin, almost threadbare. Is it just my imagination, or did the temperature get about 5 degrees colder? I glance about searching for my target, that familiar head of light blonde hair. It doesn't take me long to find it. It's immediately obvious that she isn't Licia. This woman is a tall, striking figure, unmistakably adult, despite her smooth skin and long eyelashes. Her hair is light blonde, the exact same hue as Licia's but longer, straighter, and it flutters in the breeze like a veil. Her hair contrasts with her outfit, a distinctly Japanese yukata, far more traditional than the one that made me. Her lips are small and pouty, her skin is pale white, and her eyes, they're bright crimson, deep and piercing. Only a demon could have eyes like those, the horns in the tail too. I freeze, rooted to the spot. Much like the elm trees that surround me, all I can do is watch her, eyes wide. Unlike Licia, there's something unsettling about this woman. I can feel it from her acutely, even standing several paces away from her, shielded by the trees. Everything about this woman is dangerous. If I know what's good for me, I should stay away. I shouldn't have followed her here. But it's too late. I can't move. She's holding something in her hand. It looks like a corn on the cob. The yellow kernels of corn are slathered with butter, which drips off the side of the savory treat and onto the floor, like thick golden tears. She examines the corn cob, seemingly unaware of my presence, with a dubious expression. But how should I begin to approach this? It's so sticky. Such a snack is hardly appropriate for a woman of my standing. I never even asked for it. It's on the house because you're such a pretty lady? Please. I know that I'm beautiful. I don't need to be reminded. A present like this is nothing more than a pain. She clicks her tongue. I don't know who she's speaking to. Probably herself. I admire the hospitality of the Japanese, but if you're too nice, it's nothing more than a burden. I was supposed to be watching over her, not dressing up or eating food, but... Well, I suppose it can hurt just a little, but how do I start? She brushes a few strands of blonde hair behind one ear and dips her head. She opens her mouth, pale pink lips parting, then gives the side of the corn cob an experimental lick. It's salty. I suppose it's not corn. This is lewd. I suppose it's not too unpleasant. Very lewd. I suppose it's not too unpleasant. It is quite messy though. Look at all this melted butter. My fingers are starting to get sticky. How can humans eat foods like this in public? Don't they have any shame? I don't really think I should be watching this. This is a heated battle, woman versus corn cob, and I wouldn't want to get in the way. What is this game? It is what it is, man. At least she's adult, so it's okay. We can lose her. I turn about, intending to make a hasty retreat, when... Did I just step on a twig? Of all the bad timing. The woman drops her corn cob on the ground and turns, her eyes filled with shock, embarrassment, and... You were spying on me, you little toad? Unmistakable anger. Don't you know, human, that it's unforgivably rude to spy on other people, particularly people who are older, wiser, and of higher social standing than you? And do not stand over there when I address you either. Come here so I can see your face. I walk forwards with slow, stumbling steps, my body shaking. I wasn't trying to... Silence. I do not care for your excuses. I am a noble lady, the oldest sister of the Evilis family, and I will not stand to be ashamed in such a manner by any man or woman. You... What? What happened? He's hosting? Was there an alert? Alright. Well, I don't see anything. She clenches her teeth together. Her face burns bright red. Why don't you just drop down dead? I gasp, but no sound comes out of my lips. I can't make any sound at all. The ability has been stolen from me, much like the air inside my lungs. It feels like I've been submerged deep underneath an icy lake. I can't breathe. This woman, is it her doing? I hold one hand to my neck. It doesn't do any good. I can't inhale. I can only exhale. But there isn't any air left inside my body for me to expel. Not a single drop. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. All of this over a single corn cob? How ridiculous. This is such a stupid way to die. I guess I was right about one thing though. This woman really is a demon. As I fall to the ground, one knee first, then the next, I swear I hear something just above the doll pounding inside of my head. Oh my, perhaps I overdid it. I really need to learn to get better at controlling my temper. Then there is only darkness. Nailed it! You died? Yes. Dongo might be better. Oh, these are so cute. What are they, Ree? They're Dango. Dango? Licia tilts her head to one side, pressing her index finger against her lower lip. I thought dango were round and you ate them off sticks like the takoyaki. Some dango are round, but these are chichi dango. They are usually shaped in squares, like this. Oh, I see. How innovative. Japanese food is so interesting. Is it? I don't really understand Licia sometimes. She gets excited by the strangest of things. Anyway, I'm going to try one. Thank you for the food. Tadakimasu. The dango are a light pink color like cherry blossoms, and they're coated with rice flour. They shine underneath the paper lights strung up around the festival ground, which makes them look even more appetizing. Following Licia's lead, I pick up a piece of dango, staining my fingertips with rice flour in the process, and pop it into my mouth. Actually, that is my second ending in the game, and the first one I died too. The dango is sweet, infused with a soft, subtle flavor of cherry blossoms. They're chewy, but not overly so, and slides down my throat easily. These look really yummy though. The dango is sweet. Huh? I read that. Ah, so delicious. So happy I could cry. Please don't cry. I don't have a handkerchief on me and I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, I see you're introducing Licia to the wonders of authentic Japanese sweets, Ray. My parents would approve. Mom? Though a lot of people around here are wearing Western clothes instead of the more traditional yukata, Mom still stands out. Mom always has to be the center of attention, wherever she goes. I guess that's why she became an actress. I can't think of any career more suited for her. She's holding a paper bag filled with pieces of light pink chichi dango in her arms. I should have known she'd be here. She's always loved Japanese food. And if Mom's here, then... Where's Dad? He's over there. I think he's trying to catch some fish. Mom gestures vaguely with one hand. I turn, and sure enough, I'm able to catch a glimpse of his light pink head of hair. Dad stands out in the crowds too, not because of his clothes, but because he's so very tall. Mom and Dad really do make a striking couple. At any rate, I'm glad you're enjoying your dango, Licia. It really is good, isn't it? It's delicious. The flavors aren't very strong, but that's what makes it special. Indeed, if the flavor was any stronger, it might be overpowering, given the texture is so chewy. The light flavor offsets the texture, so it doesn't become too trying on your palate. No one talks like this. Except in food. Food manga and anime is the only place where people talk like this. And cooking. Normal cooking shows. That's exactly right. The flavor complements the texture. That's so clever. Isn't it? Just. My mother used to make a lot of traditional Japanese sweets. Mochi, daifuku, manju, and she told me about them. Some of the cooking methods are rather complicated. It's all about trying to find balance, achieving a perfect harmony between the flavor and the texture. Japanese cuisine sounds complicated. I need to study harder. I'd be more than happy to help you. I may not look it, but I know a thing or two about food myself. I used to love watching Mother when she made mochi for her New Year's celebrations. She didn't make cheap mochi from mochigome either. She pounded the rice herself. It was difficult work, but she said it was worth it for that authentic flavor. My mother didn't do things by house. I think that's why she liked Kazuki so much. When I started dating him, he'd come over and help her with the cooking. Mom probably thought, I wish my daughter were as helpful as this boy. Why couldn't he be my child instead? That's not nice. I'm sure my mother would like you too, Licia. Do you really think so? Of course, she's a kind old dear. She doesn't have a bad word to say about anyone. She likes doting on people too. I'm sure she'll be especially interested in a girl who comes from the humble town of Hell. I don't know if Hell is all that interesting. We don't have any nice food there. It doesn't matter. Mother would love to spoil you. You and Ri should go and visit her sometime. She probably gets lonely up in Onomichi. I want to visit her more often, but I don't really have the time. Work has been so hectic lately. Yes, you're right. You're always so sensible, dear. It must be because you're my daughter. Well, if Licia comes to stay in the summer holiday, you could always go and visit her then. Do you like the sound of that? You can eat as much natto as you want. Eating natto until the sight of fermented soybeans makes you want to scream. Don't be so negative, Ri. You can never have too much natto. I beg to differ. Huh. You fancy city girl, you don't appreciate your heritage enough. You've been spoiled by all the Western restaurants around here. Says you, and you always go around dressed like a Hollywood movie star. When was the last time you ever wore a yukata? Don't be silly, Ri, that is that. And this is this, and they're two entirely different things. Are they? I'm not sure. At least Licia seems happy. She always is. I'd love to visit your relatives, Ri. That sounds like fun. I want to become part of an even bigger family. My family back in Hell is already pretty big, though. Besides, I'm not sure if they'd let me come back here again. That's kind of strict. If you want, I could try to convince your parents for you. Adults don't always listen to children, but they usually listen to people their own age. There's no real sense to it other than pride, but that's just how the world works. You'd really talk to my dad? Of course, the language barrier might be a little difficult, but I have a few secrets of my own. Norwegian is not an entirely foreign language to me. But you aren't scared, are you? Why should I be scared? Because my dad is my dad. He's one of the 72 earls that govern Hell. He's sentenced more souls to eternal damnation than you have stars in the sky. And I imagine I've stolen at least double the amount of hearts during my career. Nothing frightens me, sweetie. You just leave it to me. Wow, you're so cool. Yes, I hear that a lot too. Once more, I'm amazed at just how humble my mother is. Truly, you could never find a meeker, milder Yamato Nadeshiko across the whole of Japan. Ah, no, bad kitty. Sir, please try to keep your cat under control. I told you, it isn't mine, I just... Yeah. Oh, no, why did that scream sound so familiar? Oh my. Oh no. What did Dad do? There seems to have been an altercation at the fish scooping stall. Usually fish scooping stalls have a small body of water at front contained in a tub that's filled with goldfish, only goldfish, and yet for some reason... There's a grown man sitting in the ground drenched in water. Goldfish flap about helplessly around him, choked by the air. The tub that once held those fish is knocked to one side, leaking water out uselessly, like the stump of an arm oozes blood. Wow, really? That's the comparison you're going for? Yeah, my sea miles are pretty horrible. What of it? Worst things here on TV. Okay. The man sits there, dazed and confused, shivering in the cold night breeze. He looks familiar. Horribly familiar. I don't recognize the cat perched on top of his head, though. How on earth did that happen? Dear, you're in such a state. You're covered in water. Your yukata is all wet. I know. I'm sorry for causing a scene, Yuki. It's okay. You don't need to apologize to me. I'm not upset. Yuki, thank you. Now, hold still. I'll help clean you up. Mom's Tussel's dad's hair clean with a towel the none too impressed owner of the fish catching stall handed us. How did this even happen, though? You are aware you're meant to catch the fish at that stall, not go swimming with them, aren't you? Of course I'm aware. There was just, a problem. Problem? Yes, that cat. It was one of the cats I always feed when I see it by the riverbank. I guess it thought I must have some food on me, because it started to follow me, and then... And then? It got a bit annoyed, since I didn't have anything to give it, and so it pounced on me, I suppose. Pounced? A tiny kitten like that? That's right, pounced. Don't be silly, dear. It's a stray cat, not a lion. How could it pounce? I don't know, but it did. It pounced, and it knocked me over, and then, well, you all saw what happened then. You know, I told you not to feed the homeless cats around here. I did say. I know you said, but they all looked so sad and lonely, I couldn't help myself. And now they see you as a massive pushover. Dad sniffs. I just wanted to help them. You had noble aims, I'm sure. Sadly, the best laid plans often go awry. I've lived in this world long enough to understand that. Wait, what? That's the mom? Yes? She's my mom? I'm the girl with the pink hair on the... Right? MILF? I told you, man. The mom is, interesting. Marie, when are the fireworks going to start? When the festival's nearly over, I suppose. Oh, that's kind of sad. I want to see the fireworks, but I don't want the festival to end either. All good things have to come to an end. That's just the way of things. You should see her initial outfit. That was something. I suppose so. I'll have to go home soon too. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it. Saturday seems so close all of a sudden. Saturday? I thought you were staying here for a week? I am. Then you should be going back home on Sunday. There are 7 days in a week after all. 7? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I've lived in a world with 7-day weeks for 9 whole years. I think I'd know that by now. Wow, that's strange. You mean we don't have a 7-day week in hell? Not at all. We only have 6 days in each week. I think we had a Sunday once, but we got rid of it. We haven't had a Sunday for millennia. I guess that makes sense. Not only is Sunday a holy day in some religions, but the number of the beast is 666. Doesn't the 6-day week sound a lot more hellish than a 7-day week? Does it? Love this game already. Now that I think about it, there's no reason for Hell to be similar to Earth, even if they do have internet access in the anime. Simple things that I take for granted, like the weather, the number of days in a year, and public holidays might be completely different. Yeah, I'm sure Hell doesn't celebrate public holidays. Still, can't believe that you looked up all the festivals in the local area, but you didn't think to check how many days in a week we have. Yeah, usually we don't check that when we go somewhere. I guess it slipped my mind. I'm sure it did. After all, it's only a small detail. Completely insignificant in the grand scheme of things, really. So she'll be gone on Saturday, will she? I should be glad for this sudden development, but for some reason I feel an unpleasant, twisting sensation inside my chest. I don't suppose it makes much difference if Licia goes home on Saturday or Sunday, but she told me about it so suddenly it's taken me quite by surprise. Also, this is incorrect. Sunday is the first day. You rest on the Sabbath. The Saturday should be the day for resting. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand we evolved into Sunday being the resting day, but if you're referencing religion as a reason for this, then maybe, just maybe, should realize that it's not Sunday, that's the holy day. Maybe it's because I was having such a nice time. Ah, Ree, look! Ree, it's starting! Flowers are blooming in the sky. Bright red, yellow, green, and blue. No, they're not flowers, they're fireworks. A series of loud explosive bangs split through the night air, and the crowd cheers in approval. Licia cheers too, her face illuminated with a whole carnival of colors. Amazing! This is so amazing! Another volley of fireworks are sent up into the sky, and they explode in showers of sparks. The popping, banging, and crackling continues, dyeing the night sky an array of rainbow colors. They're so beautiful! I've never seen anything like it before. Incredible! Incredible! Yet another round of fireworks bursts in the night air. Then Licia giggles a light, hairy giggle that sounds almost euphoric. Ree! She turns about on the spot, the sleeves of her yukata fluttering in the breeze, and looks at me with a smile. Thank you for bringing me here. This is like something from a dream. I'll never forget this moment. Not ever. Hello, you two. Did you have fun? I had loads of fun. I saw the fireworks and they were like boom! Licia throws her hands up and out in the air to demonstrate, and Mom giggles. Yes, I imagine they were. You have such a way with words, Licia. Thank you, and I got to do lots of other fun things too. Oh, like what? Ree and I ate lots of nice food and we got to throw hoops, and I made a sugar candy sculpture too. Sugar candy sculptures, huh? That takes me back. I used to like doing those. You need a steady hand, don't you? That's right. I wasn't very good at it, but Ree was. She had such a look of concentration on her face she didn't get a single crack in her sculpture. Very impressive. Ree has always been a hard-working girl. She will accept any burden, no matter how great. Please don't lump me together with Dad. I'm not like him. And speaking of Dad... Dad trails along behind Mom, his head hanging. He looks like a battered flower at the very back of the forests that nobody would want to buy, half the petals missing. He fell in the water at night time and didn't go home to change. The sign is kind of sad, actually. Dad, are you alright? I'm fine. You don't look fine. It's just ever since I fell into the goldfish pond, I keep shivering. No shit. His teeth have been chattering away all night like castanets. I could hardly hear the fireworks. I'm sorry, Yuki. I just... Achoo! Dad suddenly sneezes loudly and Licia jumps. Are they letting off more fireworks? That sounded like a really loud one. Don't worry about it, sweetie. It was just my dear dripping husband. Ah, Drippy's back. MILF. I love her stockings, though. I even bought a stick of candy floss, but I was shaking so much I dropped it. Don't worry, dear. If you catch a cold, I'll be sure to warm you up. Oh boy. Now why don't we make our way back home? Stacy's mom's got it going on. Ree's mom's much better than Stacy's mom. Now, why don't we make our way back home? We've had a very busy night. I hope Kazuki will be alright. He just has a bit of a cold. I bet he'll be just fine tomorrow morning. I sure hope so. I know so. Despite what he looks like, Dad's a resilient person. He must be, to live under the same roof as Mom for so long without having some kind of nervous breakdown. It's bad enough that Mom's pretty intelligent and rich, but she doesn't half like to show off about it either. Even I feel inferior when compared to Mom sometimes, so I have no idea what her company does to Dad. Well, I'm sure he'll cope. What's a little bit of water compared to more than a decade of being stood beneath your own partner's shadow? Wow, harsh? Harsh much? Sure, he might have been shivering and coughing a lot when we walked back home, but I'm sure a hot bath will solve everything. I had so much fun, though. Lizzie sits at the foot of my bed toying with Koto, a bright smile on her face. I'm so excited I couldn't possibly get to sleep now. Oh, you couldn't, could you? No, there's just no way. Good, 'cause there's homework to do. Heh, well, that's awfully convenient. What do you mean? I mean, there'll be no problems if I make you do our math homework now, will there? I knew it. The drama. Ree, that's not fair. I don't want to do my homework now. It's far too late. Well, you should have thought about that before you asked to go to the festival, shouldn't you? You're so mean. I'm only being mean for your sake, Licia. And for mine as well. I can't deny it, having power over people is rather rewarding. Damn. Day 3, Wednesday. What are we having natto for breakfast again? No, there's nothing wrong with extra natto. But I don't like it. Marie, I'm shocked at you. How could a daughter of mine, or my own flesh and blood, claim to dislike natto? Natto is the richest, most nutritious, most humble, and hard-working of all fermented beans, and I will not stand to hear it disgraced so in my home. How can a bean be humble or hard-working? I prodded my natto with tips of my chopsticks. Squish, squish, squish. As expected, it doesn't respond. I mean, it's just a bowl of soybeans. What else was I expecting? The natto's just lying there. It doesn't really do much. That's because you're not giving it a chance. You should eat your natto and allow it to spread fermented goodness throughout your body. If you say so. That sounds kinda gross. What would fermented goodness even look like? Do I really want fermented stuff in my body? I I love that Mom has a different outfit every single day. And she always looks hot. Come on, Ray, Alicia's hitting her natto. You don't want to lose to Alicia, do you? It's a competition. Of course it is. I'm going to give you affection points throughout the day, based on your behavior. Who knows? If you earn over 20 affection points, I might even give you an autograph. That's called blackmail, Mom. Oof. Oh no. And now you've lost one affection point, Ree. Like I care. And that's another. You're enjoying this, aren't you? But of course, is there any deeper meaning to life other than enjoyment? You're such a bad role model. I love my mother, but she can be a pain sometimes. Well, it's not like I care about these affection points, whatever they are. This is just some stupid game Mom will probably get tired of in an hour. Why would I want her autograph anyway? She's my own mother. If you're gonna give me a prize, have the decency to make it cold hard cash. Wow. Yuki. Yes, what is it, dear? Anata. I was wondering, how many affection points do I have? Well, I guess there's one person at the stable who's always desperate for Mom's love and affection, even if her love and affection can be rather scary. Now, let me see. Minus 500, perhaps. Minus 500? But why? What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to see you cry. How cruel. You really are a sadist. And yet you still love me. Well, a healthy dose of sadism. Mom's the devil. That's right. I love you more than anything. Good, good. I love you too, dear. Now, why don't you come here? I'll kiss all your tears away. Tears that you caused, Mom, I want to say, but I decide to keep quiet. I don't really understand the relationship between my parents, but at least they seem to get along. Whoa. Yes, she has the woo-woo face for sure. Dad crosses the kitchen and kneels next to Mom, his cheeks tinged pink. I watch him, unimpressed, as Mom presses a kiss against Dad's cheek. I roll my eyes. Come on, Alicia, we're going to school. The sooner I get out of this house, the better. It isn't fair. What isn't fair? I didn't get to finish all of my natto. Most people would count that as a blessing. And I'm not most people. I like that natto, Ree. I liked it lots and lots. I wanted second helpings too, and thirds. Well, I'm sorry, but Dad was a little distracted this morning. I don't think he was in any fit frame of mind to serve you more natto, Alicia. I guess, but on top of that, you're saying we have to eat this? Alicia rustles a bag filled with convenience store food, clutched tightly in her right hand. For lunch? I wanted to eat something homemade. There's nothing wrong with convenience store food. You should be thankful. I had enough money on me, so we could buy this at all. But... Alicia sniffs, kicking at a small pebble on the side of the road. It's still not fair. Don't you like that? You gotta eat lots and lots of delicious food at the festival yesterday, didn't you? Don't be like that. I guess that's true. Alicia pauses. The wind tugs at her pale blonde hair, making it flutter. Her tail protruding beneath the hem of her school skirt twitches. Because of the breeze or because of her own emotions, I'm not sure. Maybe both. I wonder how that tail of hers works. Is it particularly sensitive? If I prodded it with a pin, would it hurt? Is that the first thing you think about? If I step on your tail, do you feel it? I kinda want to try it out, but then I'd be giving in to my base urges and I'd be no better than Mom. Ahem. I'm sorry for being selfish, Ray. I don't want to be ungrateful. I'm really happy that you've done so many nice things for me. Hmm? I blink. Lisa's been sulking all the way to school, her face cloudier than a thunderstorm, and I didn't expect her to concede so easily. I thought she'd be skulking for the rest of the day. But maybe not. Licia might be stubborn and hard-headed, but she's not completely unreasonable. At heart, she's a sweet girl, or demon, rather, and I don't think she wants to upset me. I think you're a nice girl, Ree. I'm happy I met you, even if I was being all sulky just now. That doesn't change the fact that I like you lots and lots. I do look down at the ground, my face flushing. I'm not used to being complimented, so I react kind of badly to it. It's fine. You don't need to go that far. I don't think I'm particularly nice, either. You might not think it, but I do. I know it. Alicia shifts the plastic carrier bag of food to her left hand, then links the fingers of her right with mine. Her palm is soft and gentle, unblemished despite the pit of burning sulfur from which she came, and the sudden warmth makes my cheeks turn light pink. You're a nice girl, Ree, the nicest. That's why you took me to the festival yesterday, and why you let me eat all that yummy food. I know you didn't want to go, but you didn't refuse because you're really soft deep down inside. Hopefully not. I'm not. I thought it would be a pain to argue with you, that's all. Because you didn't want to upset me, right? Alicia's fingers squeeze about mine, insistent, and I'm forced to turn my head away. Her gaze is so pure I'm beginning to feel lightheaded. Baka? Maybe I am. I shouldn't have been so rude earlier, and I shouldn't focus on the things I don't have. Instead, I should focus on what I do have instead. A half-eaten bowl of natto back home and a bag of cheap convenience store food? No, silly. Alicia smiles, her pale lashes flutter, and her tail, black as a stick of licorice, twitches. I have you. She just wanted a friend. Alicia, you look just as lovely as ever. That uniform really does suit you. The pale blue complements your eyes. And your hair is so cute and fluffy. It looks just like a little cloud. I want to take a bite out of it. Nom nom nom. Thank you, everybody. The class crowds around Licia as soon as she sets foot in the classroom. These faceless masses sure are predictable, and they're noisy too. At least Licia seems to be taking it in her stride. She doesn't even break a sweat. I wonder if there's a way to make any money from Licia's immense popularity. Perhaps I could ask Dad to sew Licia a few more cute frilly outfits, and then she can take photos. Dad's not that good at taking photos. He always gets his thumb in the way of the lens. Wow. But when it comes to cute things, his skill level increases dramatically. If it was for Licia's sake, he'd be able to take photos that could rival that of a professional. Doubt it. Then I could take those photos and laminate them, and Mom could teach Licia how to draw a cute and quirky and innovative autograph of her own. I could get Licia to sign these stacks of photographs, and then we could give them to people at school for a price, of course. I'm thinking maybe 500 yen. Does that sound like too much? Too little? If every person in my class bought one, we'd be raking in the money in no time. I saw you at the festival yesterday, Licia. Oh, you did? That's right, your yukata looked adorable. Thank you, Kasuke made it for me. Kasuke? Is that Sakurama's dad? The one who looks like he's going to cry all the time? My mom said she saw him at parents' evening last term. Apparently he got lost and somehow ended up getting locked in the gym storage cupboard. What, seriously? No way. Please don't remind me. I thought I'd finally managed to put that painful memory behind me. Can't believe it. How could a klutz like that sew such cute clothes? The world is full of mysteries. The biggest mystery being how the heck Licia got so cute. Ah, I'm so jealous. I wish I'd seen her at the festival too. I didn't see Licia, but I saw somebody who looked like her. What? You mean there's another cute blonde girl living in our town? I'm not sure. I'd never seen her before and I didn't get a good look, but she was very pretty and very, very blonde. Ah, blonde girls really are the best. When you see golden hair like that, don't you want to lick it? What? No, that's weird. Really, you guys think so? Definitely weird. Seems rather uncouth. It is strange. You don't get any nutrients out of licking air either. Ah, no, wait, did I just expose a really embarrassing side of myself? Yes. It's alright. It's alright, disembodied student, eh? I don't even remember your name, so it doesn't make any difference to me. Alright, class, sit down in your seats. The class quietens instantly, even the student with the hair-licking fetish. No kink shaming. Right. Mrs. Tamura peers at us from over the rims of her glasses, her arms crossed beneath her chest. I know you were all having fun at the festival yesterday, but I hope you remember to do your homework. Yes, miss. Good. If I find out any of you are lying to me, there will be consequences. Her eyes flash dangerously, and I gulp. I'm starting to feel anxious myself, even though I made sure to do all of my homework. Mrs. Tamura has that effect on people. I also have some news I need to share with you regarding our school trip on Friday. Up in the mountains. Ah, that's right, the school trip. I forgot about it, given all the things that have been going on. But there really is a school trip coming up, isn't there? I glance over at Licia, curious. What does she think about this? It doesn't take me long to figure it out. A school trip? A real school trip? Her face is flushed, and her eyes are sparkling. So you already knew we were going on a school trip? That's right. How did you know? Even I'd forgotten about it. It's elementary, my dear Watson. You know, Sherlock Holmes never actually said that. Of course he didn't. You can't trick me. I know he isn't real. Well, that's also true, I guess. Lizzie grins. She looks so smug I kind of want to pinch her cheeks. Isn't it only natural I'd know about this trip? It was easy for a sleuth like me to discover. Was it now? Yep, I looked it up on the internet, of course. The internet, of course. I should have known, really. Dante's Divine Comedy doesn't mention anything about the strength of hell's Wi-Fi signal, but Dante lived almost 1,000 years ago, and the times have changed. Not even hell can remain entrenched in the 14th century, it seems. I'm not very good at using the net, though. Fia looked it up for me. She said all the information was there on your school website. Dante's Inferno? That's a shame they never made the sequel. Hey Melty, how's it going? Fia, who's that? One of my sisters. She spends a lot of time on this online forum, posting pictures of cute anime girls and telling people to step on thumbstacks. I don't really get it. She always gets really, really mad when she goes on that site, but doesn't stop her going on it. I wish I knew why. What would they call it? The Divine Comedy? The sequel? Dante's Heaven? I don't know. Dante's Inferno chapter Heaven. Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy? I don't know. Divine Comedy. We're late on that one, aren't we? It also doesn't suit the tone. Dante's Inferno too. Not yet, Melty. Not yet. Was it good? Technology is a frightening thing. It really is. The two of us sit there for a while pondering. Since it's such a nice day, Alicia asked if we could eat lunch out on the school field, and I obliged. The track team practices out here, but only on Mondays and Fridays, so nobody should bother us. The wind rustles through the trees, toying with my hair, and I shift, brushing a few strands behind my ears. So, do you know where we're going on this trip? Yep, your scary teacher said. She said we were going to pick berries in the mountains. That's right. I think it's a bit of a tradition. We went there last year too, and the year before that. Sounds like fun. Aren't you excited? No, it was pretty dull to tell you the truth. I'd rather go somewhere with a bit more culture, like Kyoto or Okinawa. Our school doesn't have the money for that though. But the school building is so big and the uniforms are so nice. That's why they can't afford to take us anywhere. The school governors spent all their money already. Just don't get your hopes up, Licia. This trip will be pretty dull. No way, I don't believe it. It can't be dull if I'm with you, Ree. What's the new episode of Mustache Superman? Who? Invincible? Well, thank you, I guess. You're welcome. Now, is it time to eat? Invincible? Okay. Yeah. I actually thought I saw that character somewhere. Omnibommy Man? Huh? Was the episode good, Melty? Licia rootles around in her plastic carrier bag and unveils the few items we bought for lunch. I didn't have much money with me, so I couldn't afford to buy a lot, but there should be enough to satisfy Licia for half an hour or so. It was a rev up to the next episode? Okay. A good rev? Or just like moving pieces and boring stuff? As Licia eats it, her tail twitches. I watch it, transfixed. I wonder what would happen if I pulled it. In the end, however, I decide to leave her tail be. Who knows what will happen if I touch it? I might get cursed. I wouldn't say boring. Okay, cool. It's best not to meddle in affairs like this. There's still too much about Licia I don't know, and I don't know if I want to find everything out. There are some things mere mortals like myself shouldn't do. I think what I want most about this show is, like, if at the end of the show the resolution is that Falcon is now Captain America, I'll be disappointed. Because without the show, he would already be Captain America. You would already, like, you expected him to be using the shield already. So, if the show ends and everything is exactly as it was when it started, which is him having the shield from Steve, I'll be super disappointed. Because then you can just skip it, and everything is the same. It's filler. Well, I guess we'll see. They need to get rid of the Sokovia Accords. That's what they need to do. No one respects them either, anyway. This is how it goes. I don't know. I walk along the riverside, my footsteps falling against the ground with a series of soft thuds. The wind runs through the elm trees, making the leaves rustle, but my mind is miles away. I don't want to think about it, but I can't stop myself. There are too many mysteries surrounding Licia, and it's starting to hurt my head. Is she really a demon? What does that mean? She says she comes from hell, but where could hell possibly exist? With my modern understanding of the world, I know hell can't be situated inside the hearth itself. Scientists have proven that much. These scientists did not, however, account for the existence of reality-warping beings like Licia, so maybe they don't know everything after all. It feels kind of weird that a 9-year-old girl like me might know more about the untapped mysteries of the universe than the technicians working at CERN or NASA. That's a lot to take in. How often do demons like Licia come to trouble as humans? Since it happened to me over something as trifling as a plate of cookies, it can't be completely unheard of. Licia's entire existence is problematic, but she doesn't seem to realize this at all, or appreciate just how much this is bothering me. Hey, Ree? You know, you're standing a little too close there. What do you want? Nothing really. You just looked deep in thought. I did? Yeah, I thought you were thinking about complicated things. Not particularly. Even if I asked Licia some of my more pressing questions, I doubt she'd be able to answer them. All she cares about is food. Anyway, I'm really, really hungry, Ree. Of course she's hungry. Isn't this girl always hungry? I'm so hungry I feel like I could die. You need to feed me right now. Can demons like you really die? Of course we can. We're not monsters. But you live in hell. That's where dead people go, right? That's where dead people's souls go, sure, but we're not people. We're demons. So where do demons go where they die, then? I don't really know. I don't think I ever thought about it. I can't say this is much of a surprise. Just don't go mistaking us for scary things like zombies or vampires. We demons are fragile and sensitive beings with honest hearts, like you humans. So zombies and vampires also exist? Great. This keeps getting more and more complicated. That'll teach me to ask questions. Anyway, Ree, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Feed me. If you don't feed me, I'll reap your soul. Alright. I heard you the first time. What do you want? Well, as you know, I like sweets. You can't eat sweets all the time. You'll get spots. Hehe, silly human girl. I've never had spots in all my life. There's a first time for everything. Why? Do you get spots when you eat too many sweets, Ree? That's completely irrelevant. I need to try and change the subject. Okay. Make pancakes with Licia at home. Oh, do you girls want to use the kitchen? That's right, Ree says we're going to make pancakes. Pancakes, is it? They're so simple to make, but they're really delicious. That's right, I've never had them before, so I'm really excited. You never had pancakes before? That's really a shame. Norway must be more impoverished than I thought. I don't think it's a particularly poor country. Not that it matters, given Licia doesn't even come from Norway. In light of this tragedy, you must have a serving of pancakes right now, without any delay. Are you sure about that? Of course I am. I have never been sure about anything before in my life. But you haven't finished cleaning the rest of the dishes away from dinner. Shouldn't you do that first? Well, I know I need to finish cleaning, but that can wait. I just can't leave poor Licia P now that I know she has never eaten a pancake before. That's far too sad. It is sad. Something I regret every single day. Hey, you didn't even know what pancakes were until today, so don't try to play the sympathy card. Dad's gullible enough as it is. Sorry, Ree. At any rate, I suppose we can start cooking now. Pancakes are rather simple, so it shouldn't take too long. Is it alright if I help too, Ree? You can help when you finish cleaning everything up. There's no time like the present. Chop chop! Indeed, you might have a point. Dad smiles and hangs his head, cowed by my irrefutable logic. Right, do you want to help out, Licia? I don't think I took the photo of this, the cute outfits. Yes, I do. Just tell me to jump, and I'll say how high. I don't need you to jump. I'm not an army officer. You say that, but sometimes I wonder. I cough. Anyway, I want you to break these 2 eggs into that mixing bowl. Do you think you can do that? Roger, Captain. With a winning smile. So high that I can touch the sky. Wow. With a winning smile, Licia takes one of the eggs in her hands and crushes it right between her fingers. The delicate egg shell splinters and the uncooked egg white drips down her fingers like slime. Ree? Yes? Did I do something wrong? What do you think? Well, my hand is all sticky now. It would be. You're meant to crack the egg on the side of the bowl, not in your hand. You've got bits of eggshell everywhere now. We won't be able to pick it all out. Maybe entrusting this rather sensitive task to Licia was a bit too optimistic on my part. You go and wash your hands, Licia. I'll crack the eggs. Oh, okay, but what do you want me to do? Shall I measure out the flour? The baking powder? I'm suddenly haunted by an image of our kitchen covered in white powder, not a single surface left bare. No, don't trouble yourself with that. That's boring anyway. You wouldn't enjoy it. Why don't you mix everything up when I've got it all in the bowl? Doesn't that sound like fun? Ah, yes, I'll do that then. She should at least be able to handle the mixing, right? Right? Oh, look, Ree, look, it's bubbling. It's supposed to. It's because of the heat. It looks just like the sulphurous rivers that run through hell. I don't know if that sounds very appetizing. I think it's about time to flip this pancake, don't you? It looks like it's ready. I was just about to do that, Dad. Do you want me to lend you a hand? The skillet might be a little bit too heavy for you. It's alright, I got it. I've done this before enough times. I tightened my grip on the handle of the skillet, my knuckles turning white. Then, with one deft motion, I flipped the pancake into the air. Oh, amazing! Thank you. The pancake lands neatly back in the center of the skillet with a soft, only barely audible plop. I don't spill a single drop of batter. Dad whistles under his breath, evidently impressed. That really was something. When did you get so good at this, Ree? I practiced a lot. And you don't think it's because you had a particularly good teacher to learn from, do you? Well, that might have something to do with it. I wouldn't have learned how to cook if you weren't so enthusiastic. Hey Thro, how's it going? It's nothing really. I'm sure you've already surpassed me. Right, I think this one is just about ready. I slide the wooden spatula underneath the first pancake, then deposit gently onto a waiting plate. Alicia takes hold of the plate before I've managed to slip the pancake properly off the spatula, her face flushed with happiness. Slowly backs out. I just wanted to finish this before Nino Kuni. I also have to wake up in like 5 hours or something. It looks so cute. I want to eat it right away. Wait a minute, Alicia. What is it, Kaski? Pancakes can taste nice on their own, but people usually have them with toppings. It gives them a bit more flavor and makes each pancake a bit more personal to the person eating it. Personal? Yes, for example, I like my pancakes with maple syrup and rye. Ray likes lemon and sugar. Oh, that sounds nice. Can I have a pancake with lots and lots of chocolate on it? Why are you awake then? 'Cause I am a mad lad. Of course you can. Your wish is my command, m'lady. So in the next 5 hours you're going to finish this, play Nino Nana, eat, sleep, and wake up? Go to sleep, you butthead. But I slept in the afternoon. So maybe I won't be going to sleep. Or maybe I won't play Nino Nana. I don't know how long this game still is. I started this in the afternoon, but it was a little longer than I expected. It's hard to judge how long a game is when the trophy guide is like, yeah, you can get the trophy in 15 minutes. Yes, I don't care. I'm trying to play the game, not skip through it. I bring 3 pieces of news. Uh-oh. You bought Avengers? What else? I hate when trophy guides pull that shit. Yeah. Like, I want to know how long it is to play the game normally and get the trophies. Sure, yes, I want to get the trophies, but if it's a VN, I'm still playing it because I want the story, not because I want the trophy. Right? Of course you can. Your wish is my command, m'lady. Started the last campfire. It's the No Man's Sky team. Only like an hour in, but it seems really cool so far. I bought it. It was super discounted in this last sale. I bought Chicken Police. We'll start that soon. Very good. Happy for that. I'm sure you will like that. I just got Yakuza 7 Plat. Nice! Congratulations! You deserve a shoe. I now have all the Yakuza Plats except Fist of the North Star and the Yakuza Dead Souls. Fist of the North Star doesn't really count. No one asked you. It's not out here anyway. It is. If we're counting games that are not out here, then you're also missing Yakuza Ishin and Yakuza something else. If we're counting them all, you're missing 3. If we're counting the ones released in the West, you're missing 1. What game am I missing? It's remember Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare? It's that, but for Yakuza. It's a shooter where Kamurocho is invaded by zombies, and the Yakuza cast gangs together to fight the zombies. Let's be honest. A shooter? Yes. Let's be honest. As I said, I'm missing 0. As bad as that game will be, it's probably really funny. Of course you can. Your wish is my command, milady. Don't say that, it makes you sound like a creep. Haha, sorry, Ree. Dad procures a jar of chocolate sauce from inside a kitchen cabinet and hands it over to Licia. Before you eat that, you might want a few more pancakes. Having a single pancake alone on a plate is kinda sad. I generously bequeath a second and soon after a third pancake to Licia. Licia stares at her small pancake stack with wide eyes, her face flushed with happiness. She slathers the chocolate sauce inches thick onto the pancake stack and it starts to melt slowly. What's the name of this game? Strawberry Vinegar. It's a VN that's based around food and looking at delicious food. And making food. And giving food to this demon from hell. By the way, Throw, I play the El Hijo. Fat kid porn, yes. Probably a love story between the child girl and the child demon girl. It's called friendship, man. People can be friends. So El Hijo, fun, but very, very flawed. I think you were pretty spot on that. There's a lot of jank sometimes. Sounds like the reviews I saw. Yeah. I like it, but I don't think I will finish it. So that should say all that needs to be said. It's 31 levels. I got to level 18, I think. They introduced a new enemy type that was just getting really annoying. And I don't know. I have a problem with stealth games where if you don't use real world logic, then it's just dumb. Then it's like, then just give me VR missions from Metal Gear Solid. Because if we're not using real world logic in a thing set in real world, then I don't see the point. Like, this is a kid, he gets through he escapes through holes in the floor and gets inside things. You know I love stealth. But when you have a fence that is just two pieces of wood, that he can totally climb it, he can totally roll through the middle of them, and you act like that's the fucking wall of China, it becomes even more annoying for me. Like, at least make it a wall, a high wall. It takes me out of the game. It's like, it's meaningless shit that takes me out of the game. Because I'm the first one that will say, this means nothing. You replace the asset and it's fixed. But then don't use that asset. Like, right? It's a stupid thing to do. But yeah, like, and I was getting annoyed because I needed to sneak through tall grass. But then, like, there's intervals. A lot of devs probably don't even think about it. Well, they should. You're making a game, you should think about the game. It's what separates the functional from the good. Exactly. Like, there's tall grass, but you can only crouch when you're in the tall grass to hide. This is a problem because there's intervals between the tall grass, and you automatically get up and don't get back down when you re-enter. And because the controls are a bit jank, I got caught a lot because of that. It just gets annoying, like it piles up, you know? It piles up more and more and more until you're like, nah, you know what? Maybe I don't need to play this. Because, in all honesty, these games that I get, all they ask of you is to play it. They don't even tell you that you need to play an hour. But usually an hour is what's asked. I gave it 4 to 5 hours, so I think I gave it a fair shake. But yeah, I totally see the potential there, and there's a lot of fun stuff, and the environments are nice, and some map design is pretty cool. It's cool. Just shows how important polished controls mechanics are. That extra bit of polish can mean the difference between an infuriating experience and an excellent game. Yeah, exactly. One of the things that I like the most about El Hijo is that basically you're escaping this monastery at the start of the game, and there's other kids. Kids are collectibles in the game. So the collectible is, instead of just going through the level, finding the exit, you can explore a little more, like kind of like Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus and those kinds of games. And you find other kids. You don't release them, which I find stupid, but you inspire them. Like, you give them motivation to keep going and not be, like, down in the dumps or whatever. But it's cool. Like, it's cool how you need to get out of your way in the level, and the level design shines a little brighter in those moments where you have to go out of your way to find everything. But yeah. I remember that from the review. Okay. It's just, yeah, it starts to annoy me more and more as things don't work. Yeah, welcome back, Metal. This is actually what I think a studio with little funds, starting with a VN, I think is a great idea. Especially something like this, that isn't voiced. You have cute art, something interesting, and like, it's much harder to find faults in a VN, and it's a great jumpstart to your company, I think. Thank you for confirming that my game picker intuition is still spot on. Yeah. But yeah, you Chicken Police, I think is very enjoyable, man. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, because I really liked it. It's also really, you can play that in a Saturday if you want. I like noir detective mystery, so I'm sure I will. Yeah. Just think about if you want to replay the entire game, or if you want a trophy guide right at the start, because many things, like, there's a lot of missable stuff. You certainly won't be able to not have to replay if you don't have a guide from the start. Going blind. Already saw that I can do a second run, about 2 hours, skipping scenes, following a guide. Yeah. That's fair. Alicia stares at her chocolate small pancake stack with wide eyes, her face flushed with happiness. She slathers the chocolate sauce inches thick into the pancake stack, and it starts to melt slowly. If you eat that much chocolate, you'll get cavities. Don't be silly, I am Licia Dia Ivlis. All cavities would run away in fear at the mere sound of my name. Given cavities aren't sentient beings, I find that highly unlikely. Come on, Ray, let Licia enjoy herself. It is her first time having pancakes, after all. I know, I'm just trying to be responsible. See, this is what this game is all about. A new kind of food, a new trophy. I can't deny that Licia's pancakes look nice, though. The pancakes are light and fluffy, an even golden brown color without any craters or lumps. The brown chocolate sauce slathered on top begins to melt as soon as it comes in contact with the first pancake on the stack, fresh from the skillet, and it oozes over the soft and yielding surface of the pancake enveloping it. Ah, I'm starting to get hungry myself. I should start flipping my own pancake. However, I'm less invested in the successful completion of my pancake than Licia's. I'm able to flip it just as before, but my actions are slightly less perfect, and the pancake doesn't land in the center of the pan. The pancake hangs over the edge of the skillet, and I have to poke it back into the middle with the side of my spatula, which creates a few unwanted lumps and bumps. Did you get distracted? No, it was just a simple mistake, that's all. Come on, Ray, come and eat it with me. I don't want to start without you. Why not? I didn't ask you to wait. But I wanted to wait for you, silly. It would be rude not to, wouldn't it? And since when did you care about manners? I don't know. I just thought I should be more polite since I'm always bugging you to make me food. Well, that's true enough. Good manners never hurt anyone. I plate myself up a few pancakes, then add the toppings. Going to wrap up a couple things. I'll check back in an hour or so if you're already gone. Have a good night and good luck with your booty call in 5 hours. Oh no, I'm doing sugar skulls. Mexican sugar skulls. I'm finally doing the job that I was going to do on October 31st. I don't know what that is. Mexican sugar skulls? Katrina's? Sugar skulls, yes. From the Day of the Dead? Yes, Mexican sugar skulls, that's what I said. You know what those are, right? I'm not crazy, this is something widely known. I don't think we call them that here. I think the actual name is Katrina. Till you said Day of the Dead, I had no idea what you meant. Really? I always look them up as Sugar Skull. But yeah, it's I have 4 models with Day of the Dead makeup. And outfits. And this was a job I was going to do on October, I think it was actually October 31st. Yeah, because it was Saturday. Yeah, October 31st. That's how long it has been postponed. Yeah, it is a cool shoot. I'm excited. I'm excited to go and do something creative again, man. Really excited. So probably no stream tomorrow. Probably. Like half a year, that's crazy. Yeah. All the restrictions, all the lockdowns, it's been crazy, man. It hasn't been easy. Before full lockdowns, there was like half lockdowns where you couldn't travel during the weekends between municipalities and shit, so couldn't do that anyway. I plate myself up a few pancakes, then add the toppings. Though my favorite pancake toppings are lemon juice and sugar, I decide, in a moment of mad inspiration, perhaps, that it wouldn't hurt to try the chocolate sauce Lisi likes so much. As I said, enjoy your 5-some Day of the Dead booty orgy. I'll be back in a bit. Well, you enjoy whatever it is you're doing, Throw, and yeah. If I'm not here, have a good weekend, but I think I probably will, looking at my guide for this. Might be bigger than I expected. Yeah. See you in a bit. This girl, spending time with her really is turning me into a bourgeoisie. The rich chocolate sauce melts over my pancakes, running down the side of the stack. It's almost like alchemy, minus the gold and the elixir of eternal life, of course. They really do look good. They smell good too. I'm starting to feel hungry even though I just had dinner. Metal, go make some pancakes. I want some now. Well, thank you for waiting, I suppose. I appreciate it. Hey, it's no problem. The food in Japan is good, but it tastes even better when I can eat it with you. Alicia spears her pancake with the prongs of her fork and brings it to her lips. You think they'll get there still warm? Maybe. I'll eat them up in the microwave. I follow suit, my fingers trembling more than they really should, and take a forkful of my own imperfect pancake. Is there no screenshot of the full plate? Though I made a few mistakes when flipping my pancakes, they don't seem to have suffered for it. The pancakes are light and airy, sweet and fluffy, and they melt in my mouth like butter. The pancakes are sweet, there's a certain wholesomeness to them. They're not particularly filling, being only light bites that take a few mouthfuls to eat. But they taste homey, I suppose. Maybe that's because they're still so soft and warm. Eating them almost feels like being embraced. I've had pancakes before, but I don't know if I've ever tasted quite as good as this. If they've ever tasted quite as good as this. You two look happy. I am happy. I can't believe I never tasted a pancake before. It's simple, but it's so delicious. Dad nods sagely. Sometimes making simple food can be the hardest challenge of all. Oh, please, like you did anything to help. Oh boy. Well, that's a screenshot of Mom. Well, hello everybody. Your favorite actress, Shirakawa Yukine, eternally 18 years old, has entered the building. Thank you, you're far too kind. Why is Mom so melodramatic? I know she's an actress, but it's not like a spotlight shines on her all the time. Well, apparently it does. Well, maybe it does in her mind. Yuki, welcome back. I missed you. I can't believe it. Dad even gets to his feet and applauds Mom for her outrageous lies. I guess that really is true love. I missed you too, dear. I had such a busy day at work. I was dying to sit down and stare at your cute face again. I do like that she does the woo-woo face. Cute? I'm not really. Well, I wonder. Ah. That's even more woo-woo. Mom smiles a cat-like smile. It's a woo-woo. You shouldn't be coy, dear. I have superb judgment when it comes to cuteness. I haven't been an actress this long for nothing, you know. Dad swoons, his face light pink. It amazes me that Dad is still so obviously in love with Mom, even though they've been together, not married though, for almost 17 years. What's this? Is that a Sailor Moon? It is. I like that. What are you doing in the kitchen? Has our living room been invaded by a vengeful spirit? Please don't talk about spirits, vengeful or otherwise. It might be bad luck. Got gifted a sub to the channel. I like Sailor Moon, man. I like it a lot. I just like it in here. That's all. It's cozy. Because this is where all the food is. That's right. How did you guess? It didn't take many of my deductive faculties, trust me. Well, you might be right. They do say the kitchen is the heart of the home, and I feel like having a cup of tea. Yes, of course. I'll get it for you right away. Why would you? Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. With a heavy sigh, Mom sinks down into her chair, folding one leg over the other. Though Mom's voice is cool and breezy as ever, she really does look tired. Her face is pale underneath her makeup, and her hair is a little messier than usual. I can hardly believe it. Who would have thought that the little girl who took the leading role in our elementary school's rendition of Snow White would one day become a professional actress? You've come a long way since then, Yuki. I'm proud of you. Thank you, dear. I'm sure I was only cast as the lead in that play because of my name, though. My acting abilities were not quite up to par back in those days. Of course not. You were only 6. I remember it clearly, though. My first taste of show business. Speaking of names, I'm curious. Why did your parents call you Licia? Licia? That's right. I was interested too. Is it a common Norwegian name? Well, I think it's because it sounds kind of like Lucifer, but cuter. It does? Of course it would be something like that. Lucifer? How very strange. Your parents must be intriguing people. Maybe it's because they live in a village called Hell. I groan. Still have no idea how my parents can be so incredibly dense. At this point, it's not even funny. Can't we cut it out with all these stupid jokes already? Up to you, game. I lie in my bed curled up like a weevil, snuggled inside a biscuit. I'd be asleep by now under normal circumstances, but these circumstances aren't normal. Lucifer. Hey, Ree. Licia's presence is proof enough of that. What is it? If you don't get any sleep, you'll be tired tomorrow. I know that, but I was thinking of something. It's the first time for everything, I suppose. I don't mean to be so sarcastic, but I can't help it. I'm sleepy. Licia doesn't seem to mind, though. Her smile doesn't flicker. Did she even realize that I said something mean? She might be too pure to pick up on sarcasm. I was just thinking, it must be nice being an only child. Why do you say that? Your parents always give you so much attention. It's clear they really love you. I think Dad gives me a bit too much attention. He's always trying to get me to model those frilly dresses of his. It's such a pain. But he only makes you those clothes because he loves you. It isn't the same for me. My dad hardly ever talks to me. Isn't that because he's busy? You said he was some Earl in Hell or something? That's right, he's one of the 72 Earls who govern Hell, so he's always working to ensure everything runs smoothly. I know he works hard to support us, but he's so busy I never get to see him. He doesn't have enough time to watch TV with me or help me with my homework, and he didn't even attend last Parents' Evening. There's Parents' Evening in Hell? My dad never helps me with my homework either, since he's more clueless about mathematics than I am. But I don't mention this to Licia. I don't know if now is a good time. What about your mother? Don't you ever spend time with her? I do, but Mother's busy as well. I have 6 older siblings, so Mother is always fussing after them. 6? That's right, 6. That's impressive. Since most humans go to hell after they die, you wouldn't think demons would spend time creating more life, but I guess not. There's still a lot I don't understand about hell. Hopefully I'll never go there, and I'll remain blissfully ignorant about all its inner workings. It's normal for families in hell to have 7 children, especially noble families like mine. It's a tradition, since there are 7 deadly sins and all. Always 6 things in hell? Clearly 7, in this case. She has 6 siblings, so 7 kids. But not 7 days in the week, apparently. I thought the lucky number in hell was 666. That too, but having 666 children might be quite a stretch, even for an amazing woman like my mother. Quite. I guess so. I just get kind of lonely sometimes. Since I'm the youngest, nobody listens to me. I get treated like a child. Is that why you wanted to leave? Kinda. It's strange, nobody paid much attention to me in hell, but everyone seems super interested in me here. I don't get it. It's because they think you're some kind of Norwegian princess. I don't really know why. I always got the worst grades in class back home. I'm not even average. I'm way, way, way below average. None of my teachers like me or my classmates. I didn't think you humans would welcome me so warmly. Mom and Dad told me I should prepare to be disappointed, so I didn't expect too much. It's a little awkward, but I think I like it. I've never felt so wanted before in my life, and I'm happy I met you too. I think you're a really nice person, Ree. Whatever. I turn over in bed and hug one of my pillows to my chest. I'm glad it's so dark so she can't see me blushing. I'm not trying to be nice or anything. I'm just going along with Lacey's whims so she won't reap my soul. There's nothing deeper to this, really. I don't even like her. Not that much. Even so, I don't think you dislike hell that much. Why do you say that? If you really hated it, then you wouldn't feel homesick. Since you miss it, that must mean there were some things you liked about it. Of course, I love my mother and my father and all of my siblings, even if they tease me all the time and always beat me in Scrabble. But at the same time, I always felt like I never really fit in. I was under a lot of pressure all the time, and I could never meet anybody's expectations. After a while, everyone gave up on me, but you. You don't ignore me, Ree. You listened to me, and you gave me lots and lots of delicious foods. So that's why you like me? Food? I like the food a lot, but that isn't it. I don't think it is anyway. Though we've only known each other for a little while, I like you an awful lot, you know? That's cute. Both of them never made friends before, and now they found a friend. Alright, let me take a quick break. I will be right back. Now that we changed it to Thursday. Alright, I'm back and I got revenge on the game. I had a Milka Oreo, an Oreo Milka, and I ate it all. Yeah, chocolate bar. It was glorious. I love it. Wait, mango Pepsi. Better than regular Pepsi. Never get those kinds of flavored Coke here. I had no idea this existed. Mango Pepsi. I'm not a big fan of mango. I'm not sure. There's vanilla Coca-Cola. There's cherry Coca-Cola and orange vanilla Coca-Cola around here. We only have Coke, Coke Zero, and Coke, no sugar, no caffeine. Yeah. And they're all awful. Alicia, wake up! Wake up! Ree? Alicia cracks one eye open and blinks at me. She's curled up underneath her futon, her ashen hair spilling across her pillow. Some of it is tangled up around her horns and it looks all knotted. David hates Coca-Cola. Yeah, I hate everything that has gas. Every single drink that has, yeah, carbonation. Every single drink that has it, I hate it. I can drink it if I'm thirsty, but I'm always like, ugh, really? Why? I don't drink as much Coke as before, now I snort it. I thought it was the other way around. David is like my mom. Now there's a sentence. Having horns must be quite a pain. Is that why she wears her hair so short? If it was any longer, those horns would probably be even more of a problem. Alicia, you need to get dressed. Dressed? That's right, hurry up. I don't have enough time to stand around waiting. Can't I have 5 more minutes? No, you can't. Come along now, there's a good girl. I'm sorry, but I'm still so sleepy. You go ahead, I'll catch up with you later. But you've only been here for 3 days, you'd probably get lost. My sense of direction isn't that bad. You got lost when Mrs. Tawamura asked you to get yourself an English textbook from the class right next to ours. Forgive me if I don't trust you. You're so mean, Ree. Not mean, I'm just truthful. There's a difference. Now get up. I have perfect attendance and I'm not going to spoil it for the likes of you. I pause, struck by a brilliant idea. If the prospect of my perfect attendance being tarnished isn't enough to chivvy Alicia along, this should be. If you don't get up now, you won't have enough time to eat breakfast. I thought this, for sure, would be enough to make Alicia get up, but strangely enough... Oh, it is not to be. Alicia continues to lie there. She doesn't even try to lift her head. I'm sorry, Ree, but I don't feel very well. She whimpers, holding her arms around her stomach. The expression on her face really is pitiable. I kind of want to pat her on the head, but I restrain myself. My stomach hurts, and my arms and legs feel all stiff and heavy. If you really are sick, that's your own damn fault. I told you not to eat so much, but you didn't listen to me. I know, but everything tastes so good. Human food is so delicious. Jeez. It's true that Lizzie's been eating way too much for her skinny little body these last few days, but it's also true Dad's been spoiling her rotten. Every time she holds out her bowl at breakfast or dinner, demanding second, third, or fourth helpings, Dad is only too happy to oblige. Potential stomach aches be damned. I wonder who the real culprit here is. It's nobody's fault. That's right. It would be stupid if I tried to assign blame over this. It's just one of those things, unfortunate yes, but hardly the end of the world. If I tried to find a culprit for Lizzie's illness, I'd be just as bad as those Europeans in the Middle Ages when they tried people for witchcraft because their crops failed. I'm a modern girl and I don't hold for nonsense like that. I'm far too cultured. Alright, I'll let you stay here for today. Dad always stays at home so he can look after you. I'll go and tell him you feel sick. Thank you, Ree. I appreciate it. You don't need to act like I'm doing you some big favor. Anybody else would do the same. Besides, leaving you here might be a good thing. It means I'll actually be able to focus on class for a change. I'm tired of hearing my classmates whisper to one another about how smooth Lizzie's skin is, or how pretty her hair is, or how cool these orange-shaped accessories are. And while I'm meant to be finding the angles of my isosceles triangles. I can't listen to Mrs. Tamura at all, since everybody's so busy talking about Licia. If Licia isn't there, everyone should start ignoring me again. Everything will return to the way it used to be, back in the good old days when I was invisible, Ree, sitting in the classroom without any presence. That's what I want, isn't it? Oh, Ree, why isn't Licia with you? She can't come down today, she's sick. Sick? What's wrong with her? It isn't a fever, is it? A headache? Toothache? Measles? Mumps? Chickenpox? Tuberculosis? Food poisoning? Dry rot? Subsidence? No, wait, don't tell me. It can't be an infestation of termites. On a person? Oh boy. Every dress. Amazing. Dear, those last three ailments you listed do not commonly infect little girls. They don't? No. Aren't those the problems the builders were having with dear old Nozomi's house? Oh yes, my mother was talking to me about it on the phone last night, so I must have had termites on my mind. Take care, dear, or your poor brain will end up as holy as the foundations of Nozomi's home. Hey! The waifu is a waifu. Dad takes his quip in good faith, with another one of his airy little smiles. I wonder if we'll ever be able to find a builder to fix our place up. We've been trying, but it's hard work. Seems like most builders are worried they'll damage the foundations even more while trying to repair it. While Mom and Dad discussed the exceedingly interesting affair of Grandma Nozomi's slowly collapsing home, I turned my attention towards my breakfast. I'm glad Dad has grown tired of natto. Breakfast today is far more pleasing affair, to the eyes and the nose. Alright. Miso soup and rice might seem like a rather average breakfast, but the spring onions Dad sprinkles into the miso soup gives it an extra crunch, and the rice is perfectly cooked, as always topped with roasted sesame seeds. So, is Licia alright? She isn't seriously ill, is she? She'll be fine. She just has a stomachache, that's all. Oh, is that it? I'm glad it isn't anything too bad. I hope it wasn't my food that made her sick. Since she's from Norway, she might not be used to my style of cooking. What? Don't be silly, Dad. It isn't your fault. But if I hadn't fed her so much, then maybe her stomach wouldn't hurt right now. I was insensitive. What are you talking about? Licia was the one who asked for the food. You didn't force her. But I was selfish. We adults exert our wills upon young children, and they are powerless to resist. No offense, but I don't think you could force your will on a water flea, let alone a living, breathing human. But Dad isn't listening. He's well and truly lost in the throes of despair. Incidentally, he spends a lot of time lost in the throes of despair. I wonder if it's a nice place to live. I know you and Yuki like my food, but you don't praise me very much, and Yuki's always on a diet. When I was younger, my dad always scolded me for cooking so much. He said I should be out playing soccer or something, not secretly making sweets in the kitchen like a girl. Well, I wasn't asking for his life story. I've heard this enough times already anyway. I never met my grandfather on my dad's side since he died before I was born, but I've heard he wasn't the nicest person. He doesn't sound anything like my mother's father, who's supportive and easygoing, even if he is unhealthily obsessed with natto. I've always wanted somebody to share my food with, ever since I can remember. Licia was like a gift sent from heaven. If only you knew. I prepared dish after dish, all kinds of dishes. Is it any wonder she would get sick after having her palate stimulated like that? But I didn't think about Licia at all. I was so thoughtless. I'm the worst. How can I live with myself after making our precious guest ill? Careful, dear. If you slam your head against the table like that, you might break something. Dad sniffs, raising his head, his face stained with tears, and it looks like there's a dark purple bruise forming just above his right eye. Are you worried about me, Yuki? Well, I'm more worried you'll put a dent in Nozomi's table. How cruel. And you upset my cup too. You should count yourself lucky I didn't spill any tea. Yuki, please forgive me. It seems I did another selfish thing without even thinking about it. Well, that is generally what being selfish entails, doing things without thinking about them. I don't think you're selfish though, dear. Just a bit thoughtless sometimes. I forgive you though. You should know that you'll always be my number one, no matter how clumsy you are. Wow, thank you for understanding, Yuki. I watch Mom and Dad pushing at my food with the tips of my chopsticks. Is Licia going to be alright being left under Dad's care all day? I'm beginning to wonder. Welcome back, Metal. I thought going to class without Licia would be relaxing, and in a sense, it is. My classmates crowd around me when I enter the classroom asking after their absent Norwegian princess, but they soon disperse when they realize she's not here. Just like that, my daily routine is re-established. As undisturbed as a frozen lake, and almost fiercely monotonous. But I can't bring myself to enjoy it. I can't stop thinking about Licia. I push my pencil case about on my desk, distracted, and cross and recross my legs. I can't get her image out of my mind, no matter what I do. I hope she's alright. I want to see her face again, with her innocent eyes and her wide smile. Having her stay at my home is a bit inconvenient, and I'm not used to sharing my room with other people, but I don't hate her company. I like talking to her. It's interesting, especially since she's a demon who literally comes from hell. That's not the only reason why I want to talk to her, though. She said she liked me. That was kind of embarrassing, but none of my other classmates have ever told me that before, only my parents. I think, maybe, just maybe, I might like her too, even if she is annoying. I gasp. In my hazy state of mind, I somehow manage to knock my pencil case right off the table. It hits the floor with a clatter, pens and pencils exploding everywhere. I've never done anything like this before. I'm not a clumsy girl. I don't trip over my own feet. I don't walk into people in the hallway, and I certainly don't knock things off my desk in the middle of class. Sakuraba, what are you doing? Mrs. Tamamura peers at me, her eyes narrowed. She isn't the only one who's staring. The rest of the class is too. I'm sorry, miss. It was an accident. I hope that it was. It isn't like you to not pay attention, Sakuraba. Now pick up your things as quickly as possible so we can commence the lesson. You gotta try the RE8 demo? Very likely, yes. I didn't watch the thing though. I don't know if they might be showing too much. Internet's Death by Snoo Snoo game. Yes, miss. I slide out of my seat silently and crouch on the floor, retrieving the scattered contents of my pencil case. What's up with Sakuraba? She's been acting odd all day. Maybe she's worried about Alicia. Maybe they have a special bond that cannot be spoken of with mere words. Of course they don't. They've only known each other a few days. Where's Alicia anyway? Did Sakuraba say? Apparently she got sick. Oh, that's so sad. The poor darling. I did so want to speak with her again. No wonder she got sick, staying with a gloomy girl like Sakuraba. Please, don't say things like that. She might hear you. Alright, class, settle down. Mrs. Tamura slams the palm of her hand against her desk. The class jumps in unison and turns to face her, stunned into silence. I pick up the rest of my pens and pencils and cram them into my pencil case, then sit back down in my seat. My lower lip trembles and my face burns bright red. What on earth am I doing? Man, are you excited to play the demo, Cyan? I walk back home along the riverbank, my school bag slung over my shoulder. The day was quiet and uneventful, and the time dragged by at a snail's pace. Although the bell would never ring, I thought the bell would never ring. This is all so tedious. Things are a lot more fun when Lisi is there. What am I thinking? There's no point worrying about Lisi now. I'll see her when I get back home. And now I've started to walk faster than usual. Am I really that desperate to see her face again? There must be something wrong with me. Maybe I'm sick. Whatever Alicia has must be contagious. Come to think of it, if there is something seriously wrong with Alicia, how will that go? Alicia is not a human, so normal medicine might not be able to help her. In fact, it could make her even worse. I thought Alicia was only joking when she said she had 7 stomachs, but what if that's true? How well does cough syrup work when it gets dispersed 7 different ways inside one person's digestive system? I wince. All of a sudden, I'm hit with a wave of despair. Sure, they were gonna get attacked by Lady Dimitrescu. She can attack me all she wants. I just want to see Alicia. I didn't expect to, but I miss her. Dave chooses Snoo Snoo, always. Dad, is Alicia alright? That's the first thing I ask when I get home, before I even had a chance to take off my shoes. Dad pops his head out from behind the kitchen door, smiling sheepishly. Welcome home, Ray. I slip out of my shoes and discard my school bag, then walk into the kitchen. What are you doing here? If Lisi is sick, shouldn't you be upstairs taking care of her? Well, you might have a point. I just thought it might be nice if I made her something to eat. This might seem like a nice gesture on the surface, but I have my doubts. You're not doing this because you feel guilty, are you? Dad smiles awkwardly, pushing the tips of his index fingers together. Maybe? Jeez, it's just as I thought. I already told you, Dad, it's not your fault Lisi got sick. It's sweet that you want to take care of her, but you shouldn't do things just because you feel obliged. You should do them because you want to. But I want to. You know how much I like cooking. Probably just being selfish again, heh. Dad laughs in that self-effacing manner of his, which just seems to invite teasing. I wonder if that's why Mom pokes fun at him so much. His gestures are always so shy, soft and understated, as though he's afraid of drawing too much attention to himself. I mean, I never got much of a chance to cook for anybody when I was younger. I had to sample everything I made by myself. What about Grandma Nozomi? Didn't she support you? She wasn't adverse to it, but Dad found the idea of his only son making sweets so unpleasant he tried to keep me out of the kitchen. Mother doesn't like conflict, so she didn't try to challenge him. I don't see why it should be such a big deal. We all have things we're good at. Gender shouldn't come into it. You would think that, given you're Yuki's daughter. She's pretty liberal. So are her parents. I was happy when she started to date me back in high school, but I was relieved too. It was always a lot nicer staying at her house than my own. Yuki's parents would actually eat my food, and they complimented me on it too. I used to come over a few days a week and help her mother cook dinner. It really was a lot of fun. They did tease me when they realized I was the one who made Yuki chocolates for Valentine's Day instead of the other way around, though. Didn't Mom pay you back on White Day? That's the standard, right? She might have done. At any rate, you know I don't mind cooking, I like it, but I just want to be helpful. I never really felt helpful when I was younger. My father didn't really give me the opportunity. Well, that's all water under the bridge now. So he says, but I'm not entirely sure. I wonder if this is the reason why Dad is always so eager to please, so quick to help. His self-esteem must have been worn horribly thin. And even though she loves him, I'm not sure if Mom is always the best for that. Hey, Rai, you want to help out? Why are you asking? This isn't some elaborate ploy to get me into that stupid maid dress again, is it? Of course not. As if I do something so underhanded. I just thought you might like to spend some time with me, that's all. Haven't I spent enough time with you lately? More than usual, I suppose, but this isn't just for me. This is for Alicia's sake, too. Why? You don't need my help. You're far better at cooking than I am. You say that, but you're a pretty good cook in your own right. I'm sure your skills will surpass mine someday. I'm happy you're becoming mature so very quickly. But it's a little sad, too. Don't be sad. You can do a lot of things I can't. I don't know how to sew clothes like you. You don't really like the clothes I make for you, though. True. I don't believe in telling white lies, even if it might spare people's feelings. A lie is a lie, and there's no two ways about it. Well, I already knew that, but even so, you're Alicia's friend, aren't you? I bite my lower lip, not entirely sure of my own feelings, and I don't know what to say. I suppose I am her friend. I'm not entirely sure. Since I've never had any friends before, it's hard for me to know. Well, no matter what you think, it's clear to me that Alicia likes you very much. I'm sure she'd be happy if you made her something. I know I would if I were in Alicia's shoes. I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen Alicia all day, and I'd rather go and spend time with her right now. Okay. Help Dad make the porridge. Alright, I suppose I can lend a hand, but it's not for Alicia's sake or anything. Who am I trying to kid anyway? Tsundere. I don't like liars, but lately I've been finding it hard to face up to my own feelings. I only knew what my own feelings actually were. Maid outfit, though. Alright, here I am. I even put on that stupid maid outfit like you wanted. Haha. Oh, it's true you look very cute, right? Ree, I never said you had to wear it. I'd never force you to do anything against your will. Then why did you bother sewing this in the first place? I don't know, I just thought it would be fun. I saw this cute advert on TV with a bunch of maids and I was inspired. So you get passionate about maid dresses, do you? Come on, Ray, now you're making me sound like a deviant. I just like cute things, that's all. As blushing so much, I'm starting to feel a little guilty. I know I shouldn't be so mean to him, but I can't help myself. Sometimes I feel sorry for that, but I shouldn't have to, should I? I'm almost 30 years younger than he is. What? He's 40? Alright, I'll stop talking about the dress. Shall we start cooking? Yes, I would like that more than anything. Though I agreed to help Dad, rice porridge is a very simple dish, so there isn't much for me to do. I sit at the kitchen table, legs crossed. Everything is silent for a while, save for the gentle simmering of water inside the rice pot, when... Yeah, probably. Like, if you asked me, they would have been parents very young, because they look 20. So if they look 20, I assume they are 30 or something, because anime. Ray, can I ask you something? You just did. Well, I suppose I did, but, could I ask you something else? Of course, you just did again. I can never get one over on you, can I? You really are like Yugi. Thought you would say that MILF got pregnant by the age of 10? What? No. You're a deviant, Metal. You're a deviant. I was just wondering, you don't think I'm annoying, do you? Why are you asking me that? I can't imagine it's very common for middle-aged men to seek affirmation from 90-year-old girls, even if those 90-year-old girls are their daughters. I was a little curious. No father wants to annoy their only daughter, but I think I might annoy you, despite myself. Well, it's not that you annoy me, not exactly. I suppose it's more like you exasperate me? Exasperate? Is that really any better? I'm not sure. Maybe the two emotions aren't quite as dissimilar as I thought. That stings a little. Wow, she's mean. Why did you bother asking the question? Didn't you want to hear the reply? I did, I guess, but it's just as bad as I thought. I'm sorry if I haven't been very good father to you, Marie. I know I'm not as responsible as your mother. I mean, I don't even have a job. I stopped working to support your mother, but it's been almost 9 years now. You're not as young as you used to be, and you're getting older every day. You're always away at school now, and you don't need me to stay at home and look after you. Taking care of Licia today made me realize something. I like fussing over other people, and I like being relied on. I'm not happy that Licia is sick, but I am a little glad I was able to do something useful for a change. That sounds kind of selfish, though. Dad laughs, running a hand through his hair. I've always thought of my dad as a relatively young man, but suddenly noticed that the lines under his eyes are starting to look more pronounced. Is it from stress? You wouldn't think Dad would have much to get stressed about, being sat at home all day. But maybe not. It's precisely because he's always at home alone that he overthinks things and makes himself unhappy. I just miss it when you were little, and you still wanted me to play with you. I liked going on walks with you to the park, and I liked braiding your hair, and I liked telling you bedtime stories. I liked teaching you how to swim, and how to ride a bike, and how to cook. We haven't spent nearly as much time together these last few years, have we? Of course not. It's like you said, I'm getting older. I don't need you to support me anymore. I know, and I'm happy you've become so wonderful. And I'm not just saying that because I'm your dad. You really are wonderful, Ray. It makes me feel a little bit unnecessary, maybe. I'm not really sure, but when you called me annoying earlier, it made me think. Maybe I've been trying to coddle you too much. I know I can be a little too enthusiastic sometimes, and I'm scared it's pushing you away. You've grown up an awful lot over these last few years. Maybe I should try to do the same. Damn, that made me feel bad. Alicia, are you awake? Marie? Alicia's bright red eyes blink once, then twice. Her face is pale, but she looks slightly better than she did this morning. She's even able to sit herself up, though not without a certain amount of effort. Are you alright? Don't exert yourself if you still feel sick. I'm okay. I was sleeping for most of the day, so I feel just fine. I raise an eyebrow. Are you sure? You haven't even mentioned the tray I'm holding, and you usually comment on that first. Hehe, I guess I've been kind of out of it lately. I had this really weird dream. Oh? What was it about? I dreamt that I got kicked out of hell, and there was this weird stuffed doll monster thingy, and then I had to team up with a talking bass guitar to save a girl made out of marshmallows. That sounds like a pretty strange dream, alright. It was. The strangest thing is, I didn't even get to eat the marshmallow girl. Though I'm sure she would have been very delicious. Oh no, what a tragedy. It was. It made me cry. Anyway, Dad thought that you might be hungry, so we made you this. I placed the tray on the side of Lisia's bed. Or my bed, rather. Banana. Ooh, banana. The rice porridge sits on the center of the wooden tray, steaming softly, perspiration running down the rim of the bowl. The rice inside is a pure and fluffy white, diluted by hot water and topped with green spring onions. The bowl of rice porridge is accompanied by one of Dad's favorite herbal remedies, a mug of ginger tea. The tea was made by mixing half a teaspoon of ginger root powder with brown rice malt, then adding hot water. This warming concoction is supposed to improve the circulation and combat common colds and allergies. That's what Dad says, anyway. Oh, what's this? Is it some kind of soup? It's rice porridge. It's good for curing stomach problems. If you eat it, you should get better in no time. Thank you for worrying about me, Ree. Of course I'm worried. I want to sleep in my own bed tonight, which means I want you out of it as soon as possible. Eat a lot, sleep a lot, and get well soon, okay? Do my best. I wouldn't want to disappoint you after you worked so hard for me. I didn't work hard. Rice porridge is really easy to make. If you say that, but I know you try your hardest at everything, Ree. I bet you put your all into this. I turn my nose up the air and fold my arms. Well, I believe in working hard at everything, no matter what it is. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. Heh, whatever you say. Is she laughing at me? Of all the nerve. Anyway, thank you for the food. Glance at Alicia over my shoulder. It isn't because I care about her, though. Really. Why should it matter whether she enjoys the food or not? Dad made most of it anyway. All I did was stir the rice and chop the spring onions. I don't care. I don't. I shouldn't even need to say it twice because I don't like telling lies. But if that's the case, then why am I peeking at her from underneath my lashes? It's probably the same reason why I kept thinking of Lisi at school, and why I worried about her so much, and why I tried to walk home as quickly as possible to see her again. It's hot! Alicia draws the spoon away from her lips and blows on the surface of the rice porridge, trying to cool it down. Dad and I let it sit for a few minutes so it could cool down, but I guess we didn't leave it for long enough? Dad told me to wait a bit longer, but I didn't listen. I took the tray up to Licia anyway. Though there was no real reason for me to be so hasty. Even though it was a useless gesture. Even though I, Sakuraba Rai, hate wasting time more than anything in the world. I really wonder if that's supposed to be Rai or Ri. It's a Japanese name. Well, if it's a Japanese name, it's Ri. And I think I've been trying to read it as Ri. When it comes to Licia, all the common sense I love so much goes right out the window. Licia brings the spoon to her lips once more, and as she does, I ponder. It's because no matter what I'd like to believe, I've grown to care about Licia. I've only known her for 3 days, and I think she's selfish and annoying and far, far too loud for her own good. But none of that matters, because I care about her all the same. How could I not? She's the first friend I've ever had in my whole life. Bree, wake up! We're going on a school trip! Well, this is a surprise. I think this is the first time Lizzie's woken up before me. And she was sick yesterday too. She went to bed without a fuss last night and fell asleep before 9 o'clock. I didn't want to let Lacey use my bed, but I thought it would be too mean to refuse her when she was sick. Maybe that's why I feel so tired this morning. I had to sleep on the futon instead, and I'm not used to them. Now my back hurts. Hey, Ree, your hair looks all messy. That's because I just woke up. I know, but I've never seen it look like that before. I feel like I'm witnessing something very, very rare. Like A+++ rank. I have no idea what this A++ stuff is. She's just pulling random stats out of thin air. And what are we measuring this A++ against anyway? If seeing me with messy hair is A++ rank, how would you categorize real miracles? Like visions from God or water turning to wine? I'm not sure. Maybe they should be S rank. Is that higher or lower than A+++? It's higher, obviously. S stands for special, after all. It might stand for special, but also stands for stupid. You should be careful, Licia. You're right. I'll try to study even harder in the future, Ree. Besides, S comes way, way, way after A in the alphabet. I think Licia's scale might be a bit off here. It assigns far too much importance to the mediocre and the mundane. Well, whatever. I'm probably thinking about this too much. Licia doesn't put any thought into her silly babbling, so neither should I. You seem very chipper, given it's so early. Of course I am. I already said, it's the school trip. I've never been on one before. That's why I absolutely refused to succumb to my sickness last night. Does that mean you fought off your stomach ache with the power of your will? That's right. You can accomplish anything if you believe in yourself. Belief is the most powerful force in the whole universe. I'll never give up on my ideals no matter what. So demons spout cliché lines like that too. Who would have thought? Huh? But I was just quoting from a manga you have in your room, Ray. Wait a minute. Manga? What manga? The one of the boy made of swords who fights in a war over a holy cup with lots of wildly inaccurate representations of historical figures. It was very cool. Was it now? Yes, I liked all the fight scenes. I didn't think you'd be into that kind of thing, though. I clenched my hands into fists. They're trembling. Licia, when did you start searching through my room? When I was sick yesterday, of course. But I thought you were asleep all day. I slept a lot, but not all the time. I had to find something to do when I woke up, or I would have gotten bored. So she decided to rifle through my room and just so happened to find that stack of old manga I thought I'd hidden away under my bed. Come to think of it, why was she looking under my bed at all? What did she think I was hiding down there? Alicia? Yes, what is it, Ray? Please don't talk about that manga to anybody else, alright? Huh? Why not? Is it meant to be a secret that you like them? I don't like them. I grew out of them ages ago. I just keep them around because it would be a pain to throw them away, that's all. I'm far too mature for childish things like that. I mean, I am the bone of my sword. What does that even mean? That's not proper English. That's not proper anything. Moreno Yaiba. But don't you think it sounds cool? I guess it sounds a little cool when that character says it, but if I wrote that in a test, I'd get a 0. It's so unfair. Are you embarrassed, Ree? I'm not embarrassed. But your face is turning red. Heh, you're so cute, Ree. It's like unlimited blushing works. My cheeks turn even redder. My right eye twitches. Please shut up. If she doesn't, I won't be held responsible for my actions. Oh, this miso soup is delicious. Haha, it looks like you're in high spirits today. Of course I am. We're going on a school trip. Isn't that right, Ree? You don't need to yell. I'm well aware that we're going on a trip. But I've never been on a human school trip before. I can't help it. Human? Dad suddenly pauses, his forehead furrowing. The expression on his face is unusually serious, his eyes hard like stones. A cold chill creeps down my spine. Why does the atmosphere feel so serious all of a sudden? Has Dad finally noticed just how strange Licia is? Did all the puzzle pieces slot into place? When Licia first forced her way into my home, I tried to tell my parents about her unusual background, but they didn't listen to me. They refused. Now that a few days have passed, however, I finally began to get used to Licia's company. If Dad suddenly realized that there's something wrong with Licia, won't that be a big problem? What will Mom and Dad do to her? Will they kick her out of our home? Maybe call the police? No. Since she's a demon, calling the police wouldn't be enough. Maybe they'd call a priest from the local church and try to exorcise her from existence with a magic circle. This isn't it, right? We came so far together, Alicia and me, but has this ruse finally come to an end? Is Dad going to point a finger at Licia in a dramatic burst of hot-blooded spirit and firmly declare her, once and for all, to be a rogue, an imposter, an unwanted interloper? No. Licia, are you saying you're not human? Yep, I already told you, right from the very beginning, that I'm not human. I'm a demon. That's something like that, though. I sit there, the blood frozen in my veins, waiting for the quiet, peaceful world that I've built over these past few days to fall apart in a shower of broken hopes and dreams. Something like that is no good at all. No matter how poorly you may think of yourself, it's too tragic to think that a cute young girl like yourself doesn't even believe she's human. She's a human being. Wait a minute, what? Alicia, yes? Though you might call yourself a demon, I will always see you as a kind and gentle girl. Don't think for 1 second that you've been a burden on us. I had a lot of fun having you in our home and I liked cooking for you. You didn't take advantage of our hospitality, and you're certainly no demon. If anything, I am the real demon for forcing my hospitality upon you so unashamedly. Oh, a repeat address. What a shame. Yes, you do have a habit of doing that, dear. I think you're forcing yourself upon the poor girl right now. Alicia, are you alright? Well... Licia stares at the wall, her eyes glazed and empty, as though she's just witnessed a bloody battlefield. Maybe in a sense she has. What she bore witness to as she gazed into Dad's eyes was undoubtedly the sorry sign of his dwindling self-respect being slowly crucified. I'm sorry, Alicia. Did I frighten you? I didn't say too much, did I? Yuki, what's wrong? What did I do? I think you might have scared the poor girl, dear. That was quite the display. But I was just trying to be understanding. The first step to achieving happiness is to recognize oneself as a human being that deserves love and affection, right? Well, I wonder, did you say those things to Lizzie because you wanted to convince her of her own self-worth, or were you saying them for your sake? That's kind of a complicated question, but maybe I got a bit carried away. Just a little. I fished the last block of tofu out of my miso soup and pop it into my mouth, then get to my feet. We have to go to school now. I don't want to be late. See you later. I take hold of Lisia's hand and pull her to her feet. She doesn't resist. She doesn't do much of anything, really. She lets me drag her along as though she has no muscle to her bones, no strength in her body, and no free will at all. I guess that's what happens when you have to deal with my dad. He's pretty shy, but he can be intense in his own way. Licia, I really am sorry. And you're still trying to apologize to her? Don't be so selfish, dear. What do you mean? Aren't you burdening her with yet more worries? It's always better to see people off with a smile and a wave, not a sad face like that. Yes, you might be right. I'll do my best to say farewell with a charming smile from now on. Good luck, dear. I promise to cheer you on even when everything goes wrong, and you end up crushed in the pits of blackest despair. Thank you, Yuki. I can always count on you. You're welcome, dear. Okay, I know I've mentioned this before, but now I really want to know. Just what in King Arthur's good name is up with my parents? Alright. I think it's time I go to bed. I guess I'm not even finishing this one today. I'm a little scared I'm not going to be able to handle tomorrow if I don't sleep at all, since I'm not used to it anymore. There's a reason Saturdays are my days off. It's because I usually don't sleep from Friday to Saturday because of the streams. And then I just crash completely on Saturday. But let's see that I go to sleep and hopefully things work out. I most likely will not be streaming tomorrow anyway, but I guess we'll find out. I'll let you know if I do. Whatever happens, I will be back. What time do I have to wake up? So it's 3:19 now. I have to wake up at 7:30. Damn, dude. I'm back to Shooter Bro Gaming, I guess. Glad I caught you, though. Yeah, enjoy your Shooter Bro Gaming. we'll catch up. I guess we'll have to catch up another day. But yeah, enjoy your weekend, guys. I've been known to like sleep an hour or not sleep at all, but it's been too long since I've done that, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to cope with that if I just do it cold turkey like that. So yeah, it's also not good for you. To be awake for that long. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get back out there and shoot some cool stuff. So I hope I'll have cool stuff to show you as well. But yeah, enjoy your Saturday and probably your Sunday. I will be back for sure on Sunday. So see you then, and good night.